we had mortgage rates at around 2%, close to 2%, and they're now at 10%, and you can't get a mortgage. So that means it's a lot higher than 10%. I guess it is whatever they.
Well, no, mortgage has risen here too. And I heard the same is happening in Australia and UK, the whole of Europe, also like everywhere. Young people have problems buying real estate. They're basically struggling to rent an apartment and so on. It's a global issue. It's not USA's issue. It's a global issue, which is going on right now. So it's not caused by Biden or Kamala Harris. It's just what I would say capitalism happened, and people gonna suffer. I'm not saying that capitalism should go away. It's still the best system there is to date, but it's far from perfect because it leaves a lot of people struggling in life. And I think that politicians should try to make it better for those people.
Bread is up 24%, butter is up 37%, baby formula is up 30%, flour is up 38%, and eggs are up 46%, and many items are up at much higher rates than that. Now Kamala is reportedly proposing communist price control. She wants price controls.
Wait.
And if they work...
Communist price control. Communist price controls. First, again, Kamala isn't radical left or communist. Communists actually, I'm 100% sure that communists hate Kamala and Trump equally because they are communists. It's not communism. Democrats are not communists. Wake up, dude. What the hell is wrong with you?
I'd go along with it too, but they don't work. They actually have the exact opposite impact and effect. But it leads to food shortages, rationing, hunger, dramatically more inflation. Their Inflation Reduction Act.
Well, he's right about that, though, that controlling the prices, it leads to shortage and all that, because I'm coming from a post-Soviet country, so we experienced communism. There was food shortage, like shortage of everything. It was communism, but Kamala Harris isn't a communist, and I'm pretty sure she's strongly against communism, and she doesn't intend to do anything like that, because that would be just... that would be crazy, and that would be not very possible, actually, in USA at least. Mm-hmm.
She's running on the Maduro plan. We call it the Maduro plan, like something straight out of Venezuela or the Soviet Union. This announcement is an admission that her economic policies have totally failed and caused really a catastrophe for us.
I just mentioned Soviet Union. Dude, you don't know how bad it was in Soviet Union. It's just delusional to think that no one in USA except like real communists, which are, I don't know, probably there are hundreds of them or something like that, and no one cares about them, and no one even thinks of doing anything even remotely close to communism in USA. Come on.
Our country, and beyond that, a catastrophe in the world. A little bit unrelated, but not totally unrelated. We have wars breaking out in the Middle East. We have the horrible war going on with Ukraine and Russia. All these things would have never happened if I was president. Would have never, ever happened. And they didn't happen.
Wait a second. But it happened. It happened, Mr. Trump. It happened when you were in office. Actually, Ukrainian invasion, Russia invaded Ukraine in 2014, when I think Obama was the president back then, right? Russia invaded Ukraine. They occupied Crimea and also Donetsk and Luhansk. And then a bit later, Trump, unfortunately, became a president, and he did absolutely nothing about that. He did absolutely nothing about Russian invasion into Ukraine. So yes, he was in the office when Russia was occupying those lands, and he did absolutely nothing to push Russia out of Ukraine. So another lie, another nonsense, just disgusting, honestly.
Virtually 100% of the net job creation in the last year has gone to migrants. You know that? Most of the job creation has gone to migrants. In fact, I've heard that substantially more than beyond the number of 100%. It's a much higher number than that. But the government
to migrants, I think that's because locals just don't want to clean the toilets and do all the dirty job. That's how it is in many first world countries, actually, where usually immigrants work all the, at all the worst jobs because simply locals don't want to do those jobs. So immigrants come in and they take those jobs. They don't take them from you because you never wanted that job. But when they take them, you start complaining all of a sudden, they are taking our jobs. So this is how I see it. And again, example, in Europe, immigration is huge. And besides few cases, there's no issue at all with that, with immigrants getting jobs, because locals simply refuse those jobs.
If she's elected, Social Security will fail. It'll be a blow-up like you've never seen before. It'll
How
be
do
a
you know
bankruptcy
that?
of the entire system, probably the nation itself. You don't have to imagine what a Kamala Harris...
Can he actually provide some, I don't know, some arguments? Why would that happen? Because I could say if Trump will be elected, the earth will explode. I mean, it's just useless statement if I can't back it up. And I mean, I can say whatever I wish. Like Kamala gets elected and we are gonna be invaded by aliens or something from Mars, right? I mean, it makes no sense if you can't back it up, and it's just words pulled out of your butt.
presidency would be, because you're living through that nightmare right now, and it is a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
Oh yeah, it's a
And
nightmare
you're going to
for
stop
you.
inflation, but we're going to have a crash, and we're going to have a crash like a 1929 crash if she gets in. You saw a gentleman yesterday who
No,
got up,
you will not.
one of the top analysts in the world, frankly, and said that if Trump isn't elected, he predicts, and he's predicting you have a stock market crash like 1929. He also said the only time and the only reason the stock market has gone up, even though it had some bad moments recently, but I think we'll take a substantial lead. You saw the polls come out today. We're leading in most of the polls, but you'll have
Leading really.
I have a lot of friends over there. So I don't think
Sure.
they're reporters, however, are they? This was supposed to be for reporters. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I can hear like 20
When I left
Trump
office, I handed
supporters
Kamala and
cheering.
crooked Joe Biden a surging economy with no inflation. The 30-year mortgage rate was
Yeah,
around
crooked Joe
2%.
Biden. That's
Gasoline
That's
had
how you
reached
call your
$1.87 a
What if
gallon. We
someone
actually
called
had
him
many months where it was lower than
names,
that.
he would
But we hit
be furious about
187,
that.
which was a perfect place, an absolutely beautiful number. Real income surged by more than $4,200 a year when I was president. Harris.
And dude, Biden has dropped out. Can you leave him alone for once? You're running against Kamala Harris now. Dude, he just can't let go because all his campaign was based on Biden, how to beat Biden, and now he doesn't have another strategy, and he just brings Biden over and over again, even though even though no matter who wins, Biden will not be the president anymore. That's it. That's it. That's it. Leave it alone and focus on Kamala Harris and focus on the actual proposals and solution how to solve America's problems for once.